Greg McLeod. Is it McLeod?
McLeod. McLeod, the clan McLeod.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
I'll cut that. Perfect. Okay. Today I'm thrilled to be joined by Greg McLeod, who serves as president and CEO of Elite Traders University, mentoring retail traders in Forex with his excuse me, his his
Proprietary.
proprietary Pip and Run scalping and day trading system. A former Wall Street currency strategist and veteran daily FX analyst and moderator, he leverages over 3 decades of marketing experience to deliver institutional grade insights through hands on coaching. His programs empower busy professionals to achieve consistent profit. Sorry, I'm very nervous, excuse me.
Oh no.
Consistent profitability in minutes a day, as evidenced by real student case studies showing rapid results while maintaining full time jobs. I'm so happy to have you on the podcast today, Greg.
The pleasure's all mine, Natalie. Thank you so much.
Anyways, I'm super excited. So, what I like to do at the beginning of every podcast is I like to do a little, sorry, excuse me. I like to travel back in time. So, take me back to before you started your elite trading university. What were you doing at the time, and like what motivated you to initially start your company?
Well, I started off as a middle school teacher. I taught the English in middle school, eighth and ninth graders, and I love the kids. I love the helping, seeing young minds, and inspiring them, and my kids liked me. But the pay was very very low, and so I had to take another job. I had a new baby on the way, and so I tried Amway network marketing. I tried. Being a tutor, but I had so many students, I didn't have any time for my family, and so I just got on my knees and prayed. Like, look at the, and I looked at the Bible, and the Bible has a story of the parable of the talents, where these three guys were given money, a talent of gold. One had five, another one had two, another one had one. The one that had five traded and made five more. Another guy had two talents, and he traded and made two more, right? And I go, traded in the Bible. I've heard trade. This is 1993, so there wasn't anything about trading like it is now. So I said, what's trading? Oh, Wall Street, Dow Jones Industrial Average. And then I got into soybeans, trading soybeans. And there was a guy on TV that says, you can leverage 70,000 contracts of soybeans by buying these contracts. And they go up because crops grow in November. I go, that sounds good. So I gave him my money. I called him, sent it, and the $1,000 turned to $3,000. My very first commodities trade. I go, this is easy. I made 300% in one day. I'm a genius. Honey, we're going to be rich. And then lost it all, But I had a bug. I got bit by the bug. I knew that if I could make money that fast, then got books, tapes, going to seminars, buying workbooks, going to the library. I spent probably $100,000 in my own education until I came across a man by the name of Mark Douglas, and he wrote the book Trading in the Zone, the Disciplined Trader, and so I hired him. He wasn't cheap. He wasn't free, and so took all the money I had in 2004, but he gave me the confidence to create my own system. And when I created my own system, it had an 85-90% win rate, which was really good. So I was able to make a ton of money with that. And then so I started trading in a brokerage, making money. The brokerage went out of business. I didn't and took all my money. So now
Oh
I have.
no.
So it wasn't me losing my money. The broker was caught doing something shady and sketchy, and so they went out of business and took all my money. So then I got a job. I had to go back to work, So I went and got a job at a brokerage, and the brokerage hired me. And then they liked my system too, and so I was able to rise up the ranks and go from just a broker to a currency analyst and currency strategist for a firm called FXCM and Daily FX, and I wrote for them. And then I was helping people with my Pip and Run scalping system, like hit and run, Pip and Run. And we
Mm.
had a lot of clients that were very wealthy that wouldn't trade. They're very scared. So this is 2006. They said, "Well, Greg, why don't you take a camera, put it on your computer, and stream what you're doing?" So this is before Twitch, right? Like, that's a great idea. There was no YouTube. So then rich people will watch me trade. And I would place a trade, go up, and I'll make money. And they put the trade, they make money. I mean, everyone's like, I make money too. I make money too. Then they start trading more and more and more. And then the broker's making money, the people are making money, and everybody's happy, except for
Mm.
the banks, because the banks are like the casino. They take the other side, right? So
Mm.
I saw the euro doing this, and my system has a way of predicting the flow of where the big institutions are coming in. So I said, they're getting ready to come in right now. We're gonna buy. Boom, big candle. Hey, God, Greg, making money. Blah, 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 blah. We're excited. And then say, yeah, we made a lot of money on the euro. Ring, 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 ring. What's going on over there? This is bank of such and such. We just lost $20 million. What are you guys doing over there? What are you running? Some type of algorithm? Oh no, whatever Greg is doing, stop him. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Greg, step into the office. Okay, I'm gonna get a raise. I'm gonna be promoted. Sign this. Oh, I'm gonna sign something. You're fired. Fired for what? Did I cheat people? Did I steal people? Did I take people's money? Just get out of here. Take your stuff and get out of here. So I'm like, oh, okay. Take out my stuff and walk out the door. Sit at home and ring, ring, ring. Who's this? Hey, Greg, when are you coming back to work? Who are you? We're the people who used to trade with you. The new guy sucks. They say you're on vacation. When are you coming back to work? Oh, no, they let me go. Okay. Well, can you trade for us? No, I can't do it. I don't have a license to do that. Well, can you teach us what you know? Uh, you pay me to do that? How much? We'll pay you $50,000 and fly you to Hawaii. I go, let me think about it. Okay. So
Did that
uh,
did that spawn, so initially that interaction of you like finding out, oh, I can teach people this for money?
yeah,
Is that what
yeah.
created the
Elite
company as
Traders,
you know it
Elite
today?
Traders University, exactly, right? I go, people will pay money for education online. This is good. So I took those old videos, and then those are the same videos I've been using. The same. I took all that stuff, put it there in Elite Traders University, and then I don't charge people $50,000, right? Uh, but
Mm.
uh, but it's life changing for people. In fact, I got one of my students that they flew in from Vegas. He's from Poland, via Virginia, and he's here being trained with me. But he found out. I said, "What YouTube video did you watch?" I thought, "What marketing?" Oh no, I know YouTube video. I will do because we're in the oil rig. We have no internet. So how'd you find out about me? Well, this guy on the oil rig says, you want to learn how to trade crypto and Forex? Well, I learned from him 10 years ago because during COVID, I couldn't work. And so in order to feed my family, I had to scalp for the euro and the pound. I was able to pay my rent, feed my kids until I get a job. So if you want to
Mm.
trade, learn from Greg. And it's like going, this guy's here right now. He's actually, if you wanted to, Tomas. He's probably in the bathroom. But it's so wild, because the podcast is scheduled the same time. Come here. This is this is my student. Don't want to say hi to Natalie. She's in England.
Hi.
Hey Natalie, how do you do?
Nice,
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
it's just
Dobrý den.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm. Well, they stand for I taught middle school and I taught my kids when I trade. I used to trade at school, and I had I taught South Central LA in the hood in Watts, during with gangs and stuff like that. So the kids didn't want to learn, and I said the English is boring. So I would actually show them how that's. You listen to me, I'll teach you how to trade options and stocks half the time if you pay attention for the first part, right? So I taught kids anywhere from 14 years old all the way up to 80. My oldest student was 88. But my ideal person is someone that's at a job, they've topped out at their income. Maybe there's no way they can go. They don't want to be stuck in front of a computer all day. They don't want to be stuck in a cubicle all day. They don't like their boss. They've got two kids or a kid, or they want kids. They can't afford kids. They're in that sweet spot where, they have they can either get stuck or they can either choose something different, a different path, right? So a lot of times they're in their 30s or 40s, and they've tried everything. They've tried network marketing, they tried Airbnb, they tried drop shipments, they've tried all these things, building funnels and things. But my job, what I do is so easy because as far as you don't need employees, you don't need inventory. All you need is a internet connection, a phone, and a market. And it's the sky's the limit. It's how much money you can make. But yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Well, it started actually at the brokerage because I used to do a live show called Pip and Run, and I would do this and I would trade live in front of, and and stream, and so people will watch, and then usually they seeing is believing, right? I'm not talking past tense like, oh, look at all the money I would make. Look at my Ferrari. No, like look, I pressed the button, price went up, I made money. You can do it too, right? And then so usually I do live streams. Um, and after doing live streams for a while, I developed a mailing list from that. But I also have a school community, a school I call the Pip and Run prop trading room. And there's a it's a price of a cup of coffee is like $7, and that's my CTA at the end of my instructional videos. I put evergreen videos giving people tips and tricks on how to trade the market. So I do mostly organic through YouTube videos and the CTA, driving them to a school community where they can interact with our community, get a poster tips and tricks. There's also free courses there or courses that come with it after the 7-day trial. You still have access to probably 170 different videos to help you. And if you want to take the next step to mentorship and work more with me, more time, then that's where we can step into a bigger investment of time and resources, right? So, well, it was all about providing value. There's a gap of credibility out there because so many people are making promises, taking money, and not fulfilling promises. And I don't sleep at night if my people don't get results, right? So I wanted to make sure that they get results and get early wins with samples. It's like we have a store called Costco here in the United States, and they give you Costco, and they give you that toothpick with a meatball on it, right? Why do they give you? They don't want. They're not trying to feed you. They want you to buy the whole bag, right? Oh, this is so good. Oh, I gotta have the bag, right? Yeah, and I bought so many bags that I don't even have the room. I don't even have a big freezer. It's like all full, right? So the whole idea is to provide people with value that they get a quick win. I use your strategy and I made a win. How can I get more? Right? Because these are band aids. They're not going to. You're not going to get rich off of one of my tips, but at least you know that hey, if this is good, then the rest of the things should be really transformational. But the full transformation is brain surgery because you can affect someone's behavior, but you have to affect their identity to change their actions, to change the output, right? Because if you don't change who they believe they are, then they're just going to take the system wasn't going to work, right? So there has to be a whole, but they're not going to want to invest that process unless they can say, well, at least get some value, right? So, mm. Mhm. Mhm. Well, we definitely want to expand. Right now, we all my courses are in English, but with the advent of AI, we're able to maybe reach out to uh, other cultures, other languages. The Spanish-speaking community is very big here in the United States, and being able to expand to the Spanish-speaking community and also to Asia. You know, we have a lot of the big Asian community, and we do really well in Australia and New Zealand. The women in Australia and New Zealand are just incredible traders. I mean, if you look at some of the testimonies, I mean, I'm scared of them. I mean, one girl, she did 38 trades in a row with no losses and doubled an account, you know, and because they follow instructions. Those guys don't follow instructions, to get a map. I don't need a map. I know how to get there, Go ask somebody. Yeah, I don't want to ask anybody, right? We'll, we have ego, oof, oof, but women go, oh, I'm going to follow this stuff here and this step here, recipe, recipe, recipe. I multitask. I can do all these things at once. And so you give them a checklist of what to do, and they take the do. They do what you tell them to do. Yeah, I've had so many. And expanding to women too is also, I mean, that's because a lot of women say, oh, this, it's a guy. It's a very male dominated profession, but you have so much. You women have so much that can really very. Mhm, mhm. Uh, just being more consistent because I am a trader. That's my, my nature. That's my, and I have to put the hat on of a marketer, and being able to find someone that I can trust to. I've had different marketing agencies, of course, those stories and things like that. They work for a while, they're not really, uh, uh, attentive. You just gotta go. Sometimes it's just numbers game. You go through a number of marketers, and you finally find one that really gets your message, really knows how to reach your audience. But because I know what to do, it's consistency of message, right? And sometimes I'll get so involved. The market starts moving like gold is like crazy. It's gold is like new highs, silver's new. I got my daughters in gold. They got silver at 77 and went to 120. I mean, they're just, they're traders. But since once I get if the market gets really busy, I drop the marketing ball, right? And so it's a matter of just being consistent, sending out the newsletters, being consistent with following up with the school community, being an active participant in that, and you know, and this being able to scale and getting the people, getting the qualified people that are really will uh, take be owners, almost act like an owner, right? Because you know Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's the only the only obstacle is to be able to locate the right people that can be the outreach, because we have a great product, and we have great results. We have testimonies for years, for decades, basically. So my YouTube channel is probably older than you. This gold crusty YouTube channels with cobwebs on it, dust, right? you know and I try to keep things light and funny. I'm not a stuffy business. I worked at the largest bank in the world, one of the largest banks. And I work for one of the largest brokers in the world, and I never fit the stuffy model. And so I try to keep it entertaining and keep people engaged, and make money too. And and show people there's a different way. I mean, I uploaded my results. I took $100 account to $1,700 in 3 days trading gold. So I took the statement, uploaded to ChatGPT, and it goes, "This is amazing, that you were ever able to do this." and chat that chat is, but I've uploaded to other language models and says this is fake. You are a scammer. You are a guru. It's a wild. So I asked ChatGPT, why do some models disbelieve my trading record? And he goes, because you are operating on a different model that's different than anything that I've seen. I'm like, oh, you've seen? So I'm comparing what you're doing to other people. I go, you do that? So yeah, of course, I'm ChatGPT. I'm basically everywhere. I see everyone talks about their stuff, and I see their stuff compared. Your stuff is better than anyone else's stuff. I'm like, you're just saying that. I mean, we're just getting this little conversation. So that's a little aside. Yeah, right. Best places they can go over to our school community and the Elite Traders University school.com Elite Traders University. One word. I can drop that in the chat. But yeah. So that'll be the great place because you can see what we've done, how we've helped people. There's lessons and things like that, and there's probably I put about 5 or 6 thousand worth of my video content there that you learn the basics. If you're new to trading or you're even refresher, it's all the courses are created by me, and you can get a firm foundation in trading, and that's my gift to you guys, right? It's the value. Once you see the care and the value I put in those videos, uh, you're gonna want to know more. If you ask any questions, I'm available on the chat. Participate. Don't be a wallflower. Don't be shy. I don't bite. You know, Pleasure's all mine. Thank you. Cheers. Peace. That felt great. Well, you know how to pull the best out of me, huh? Just to do. So closers IO, what do you close? I mean, you have closers or you have outreach? Mhm. Help, help. I need help. I'm not really. uh, well, I think they were charging a percentage of fee. I mean, what happened? Okay, they were testing ads. Ads were working well. We were doing like 50, $100 million, $100,000 a month, right? So we were, getting leads. Then I had a sales team, and then that you remember the iOS, the change, right? So he had tested the ad, and then so he says, okay, this ad is really performing well. Why don't you put like $50,000 on it, right? On that, because it was working, it was converting, right? And right with and then the whole intent versus no, it was running in Facebook, no, YouTube ads, right? So I said, okay, well, if you're converting like 5 to 1, $1 in, and the ROAS was $1 in, $5 out. Ooh, put 50,000 in, $250,000 out, right? I got one. I closed one person, and I had to put that on a credit card. Oh, we were doing five. We're doing 5,000 and 10,000. We were doing, so we do 10, and we would close like 3 or 4 people for 10, right? And then okay, so it was so he said no, this one's really converting well, and then we are going, where is the well, you need to put another 50,000 in, or I go, no, you the didn't convert. I'm I was so mad. I don't know what happened. It was like 2022, so it was a while ago. Yeah, it was like 20 or 2021. And things messed up, and then we had a good thing. It was we were getting the quality of leads weren't very because he was running Facebook ads, and then when I went back into active campaign, I saw that all of them were like Middle Eastern 972 numbers, all with Arabic, from Yemen and things like that. It's like you filled up my you used all this Facebook money, and all I got is leads that were I want leads either U.S., UK, English speaking, right? But they were using it was just shady. Where it's like because I was like, I left it to them, but when I dug in and sorry, okay, I have to run this thing myself. I'm looking at active campaign. I maxed out all my leads, and I look at it like all this, every one of these leads is in Arabic from Facebook. It was like they just cranked. We someone reached out. You get these people reaching out. This guy from the Ukraine, I forgot what his name was, and he goes, "Oh, I have this special thing where you create a lead magnet that they pay for." Forgot what his name was. And that didn't work out. I'm like going because his okay he ran the ad on Facebook, and so I created new videos for that. He ran it, and then there's supposed to be comments underneath, and then they supposed to have a setter a setter go in and talk to the people, right? This person was in Albania, or not Albania, but Morocco or Algiers, and he didn't follow up with any of them. So I'm like saying because he was charging me like 3,000 down or 3,000 when he got me some leads. I'm like, I'm not paying you another bit because I've put all this money in. I spent money on ads and have not got a single lead, not a single registrant. And then he goes, no, you have to pay because of that. I go, no, check. And he goes, oh, the guy that I hired didn't follow up with anybody. There's things back here that are like 5 days old, 10 days old, they haven't followed up with. So this guy was contracting other people to do the follow up. It wasn't him doing the follow up, and he was think he was going to hire all these Fiverr people to do this thing, and they were like, oh, I talked to the guy. He goes, oh, I have another gig, and I don't have time to do this. I'm like going, but you hired him to do this, so I go, you don't know what you're doing. You suck, right? Yeah, yeah, it was $1,000 a month. Yeah, the 10,000. Like, well, you he said, well, you give me a couple of leads, it's paid for. But he didn't give me any. I didn't get a single. I think I finally got one with a phone call with someone, and their mother was sick or something. They I don't know. It wasn't a very quality lead. Very skit. I've never heard of you guys. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Sounds great. Sign me up. Okay. Oh no, farther west, Pacific. I'm closer to the ocean. Yeah. No, I'm on the border. If I drive east to Arizona, which is right next door, it becomes central. Mountain. No, it becomes mountain. We have mountain time, and then comes central. Is it terribly expensive, Natalie, to work with you guys? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. I tell my student, my clients that too, because you don't know. Sometimes if they're completely clueless, they're going to need a lot of time and effort. They're going to need a lot of support, and then some are just, oh, well, I already know this. I just need some sharpening, and they need less. Right? How much time to? Mm, 4 p.m. today is. I do my live trading at 4 p.m. Pacific, so I'm Friday. I'm clear Friday. 3 p.m. my time Friday. Yes, yes, I can. Yeah, yeah, like seven. Yeah. Okay. So this is a great little model you have. This podcast, because you were reaching out to me on X, and like going, you know, I don't go to X that often. Let me get you on the. I'm so glad you were persistent, because I rarely check my X chat, and then I saw a little alarm. And, oh, what was that? And it was you. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's secret. Yeah. Okay. My computer is freezing.